What's up? How you guys doing? I hope everybody's staying safe during these corona-induced times. I hope everybody's washing their hands. I bet a lot of you guys are stuck at home, either at home or at work. And for those of you at home and you have time, you are catching up with a lot of shows and movies and all kinds of stuff that you have wanted to watch for a while, but you didn't get the chance to. So I have wrote down a little list about things that I've seen so far during the coronavirus sit-at-home quarantine, and I will go through them real quick and then give them a quick review without spoiling anything, hopefully. And what I want you guys to do is go down in the description or in the comments and write down what you watched over break and what you rate it out of 10, and that way I will possibly watch what you guys watched, and that way we have something to share, we have something. Anyway, I watched a movie called Coffee and Kareem. It's on Netflix. It's about a white cop who's dating a black woman, and he's trying to be friends with her 12-year-old, 13-year-old black son. The movie, to put it in simple words, is stupid. It's funny if you like very inappropriate jokes that are either just cussing or... That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the entire movie. Second movie I watched was Midsommar. Now, it took me a while to actually watch Midsommar. Not because I put it off, just because I didn't get the chance to sit down, and it's a very long movie. I finished Midsommar very mind blown. Midsommar was an experience. In a way, it's as close as you'll get to psychedelics without actually having to take psychedelics. The movie is very engaging. It draws you, and it's not complicated to a point where you're a bit like, what is going on? But at the same time, you will be lost the entire time. It's a great movie. It proved that you don't need darkness to make a great horror movie. It's not super scary, but it is disturbing, and I usually enjoy that horror more than jump scares and stuff, so disturbing horror is great. Made by the same people who made Hereditary, which I love. So Midsommar is no different than a movie that I really, really enjoyed, and it gets a solid 9.5 to 9.8 out of 10. Next up, we have Parasite. I watched Parasite before it came out on Hulu, and then I watched it again when it came out on Hulu. Both times it was really great. Again, creepy horror, but not jump scary horror. And it's realistic horror too, which is what I loved about it. It's something that could have actually happened in real life. I mean, Midsommar kind of is too, but I hope not. Parasite was great. If you're into great cinematography, if you're into great dialogue, if you're into amazing story, acting is great. That movie checks all the boxes. And if the only thing stopping you from watching it is the fact that it's not in English and that you have to read subtitles, you owe yourself to go and actually watch Parasite. It's worth it, trust me. Next up is a movie called Freaks. That movie is Canadian made. It's on Netflix. It is about a father trying to protect his daughter, and they're both stuck in this house, and he doesn't let her come out. It's very mind twisted. It doesn't reveal what it's actually about until towards the end. The movie is great. I use the word great way too many times during this video. The movie's really good. I really enjoyed it. The acting is good. The little girl that acts in that movie, she's really good. The overall story is enjoyable, although it is kind of predictable. If you watch superhero movies or anything related to superheroes or X-Men or so on and so forth, it kind of follows the same theme as in there. They have powers, so they're freaks. But the movie is really good, and I do recommend it. A 7 to 8 out of 10. Next up, we have Vivarium. This is a horror movie / thriller starring Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg I love in every role of his, whether it's from Social Network, Zombieland, Now You See Me. We don't talk about Batman vs. Superman, but Jesse Eisenberg hits every role. He nails it, and this is no different. Vivarium was a very different type of movie. It's a movie where you don't understand it while it's going on. You don't understand it after it's over. And you still don't understand it after you watched it again. But as soon as you translate what the actual word means on Google, like you look up the definition of the word vivarium, as soon as you read that, you understand the entire. If you already know what it means, then you'll understand the movie the first time you watch it. I didn't. Just watch the movie, solid acting, solid plot, great story, very weird. I've been watching a lot of weird movies. I usually stray away from like the mainstream stuff, so like I haven't seen Jumanji, I haven't seen Onward, I haven't seen any of those, but Vivarium, great movie. Next thing I have is shows. I haven't really been watching a lot of TV shows over break. I've been watching mainly 3. I watched all of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and yes, that show is hilarious, don't get me wrong, but it's not a show I would recommend because it's, as funny as it is, it bothers me how inconsistent it is. You can watch each episode individually and you would not be lost at all. It doesn't matter what season it's from, it doesn't matter where it is. Basically, there's no real character development throughout the show. It is strictly a comedic sitcom. The things they go through are realistic yet unrealistic, and there's no real consequences. Every time a new episode starts, everything that happened in the previous one magically disappears, which includes the famous scene where he cries about his dad leaving him again. Prior to that scene, his dad is only mentioned once in the show, and that scene is towards the end of season 4. So you're 4 seasons in, towards the end of season 4, and the dad has only been mentioned once. And that show, as emotional as that scene is, it would have been a lot stronger and a lot more engaging if they had built it up throughout the entire show. And that's kind of like, I think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air would have been a much greater show if it was built up with a lot of consistency and a higher arc than one episode after another. Another show I watched was Hunter x Hunter. Now, I'm not fully done with Hunter x Hunter, but I was like, you know, it's a classic, everybody has seen it, I should watch it. And I watched the first episode and I instantly fell in love with the anime. It's probably one of my favorites now. I am halfway through season 3, which there's only 4 seasons on Netflix out of 6, and this is the 2011 Hunter x Hunter, and it's just good. There's some episodes that are filler, but overall every episode has a purpose. Overall everything is great about it. The art is great, the plot, the voice acting, and I'm watching it dubbed, which is something that I'm not very used to, but I was like, considering this is a very long-term anime, I was gonna watch it dubbed first, you know, and then maybe I'll go back and watch it subbed. But for now, Hunter x Hunter, great anime. Can't wait to see how it ends. Next show I'm currently watching is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I'm watching it, obviously it comes out every Thursday, and I'm watching the episodes on Hulu the next day or the next 2 days. I don't know exactly when it comes out on Hulu, but I usually let it run for a couple episodes and then I sit down and watch 2 or 3 at a time. It's great. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is amazing. Andy Samberg is hilarious. It is probably one of my favorite seasons so far. It's so funny. The interactions between Jake and Amy now that they're married. I recommend you watch it. And finally, I also watched a Tom Segura comedy special. Tom Segura comedy special. It's called Ball Hog, and Ball Hog is hilarious, and he talks about comedy. He talks about how people who go to comedy shows should expect and know what to expect when they go in there. They can't go in there and then get offended, which I'm not gonna get into that during this video, but if you like kind of a darker comedic side to things, I definitely recommend Tom Segura Ball Hog. As I said earlier in the video, guys, go down in the comments and write what you've been watching. I'm always looking for new stuff to watch, although I do have a never-ending list that I almost never catch up with, but new things always come out. I do hear Tiger King is really good, but I haven't started it yet. Hopefully I will start it soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Comment what you watched during coronavirus. Stay safe. Subscribe if you're not. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. I'm also working on a Patreon, but I still don't know what I would give you guys on the Patreon that's not on the main channel. So if you have any suggestions for that, put that in the comments below too. And don't forget to listen to Pizza Slices, because we do have some quarantine radio mini specials before season 2 starts, after the quarantine ends. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and yeah, I already said bye.